It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Samuel Langhorne Clemens, known by the pen name Mark Twain, was an American writer, humorist and essayist. Principles have no real force, except when one is well-fed. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Get your facts first, then you can distort them as you please. Suppose you were an idiot, and suppose you were a member of Congress, but I repeat myself. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. When in doubt, tell the truth. Patriotism is supporting your country all the time, and your government when it deserves it. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. In the first place, God made idiots. That was for practice. Then he made school boards. A man who carries a cat by the tail learns something he can learn in no other way. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Do the right thing. It will gratify some people, and astonish the rest. The lack of money is the root of all evil. Buy land, they're not making it anymore. I am an old man, and have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. Go to heaven for the climate, hell for the company. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, this is the ideal life. My mother had a great deal of trouble with me, but I think she enjoyed it. Part of the secret of a success in life is to eat what you like, and let the food fight it out inside. Golf is a good walk spoiled. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. The reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Never pick a fight with people who buy ink by the barrel. Do the thing you fear most, and the death of fear is certain. A man's character may be learned from the adjectives which he habitually uses in conversation. Cauliflower is nothing but cabbage with a college education. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. There are lies, damned lies, and statistics. Don't let schooling interfere with your education. Action speaks louder than words, but not nearly as often. I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. The human race has one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. Thunder is good, thunder is impressive, but it is lightning that does the work. It usually takes me more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech. There is no distinctly American criminal class, except Congress. When you fish for love, bait with your heart, not your brain. All generalizations are false, including this one. We have the best government that money can buy. Let us endeavor so to live, so that when we come to die, even the undertaker will be sorry. I don't like to commit myself about heaven and hell. You see, I have friends in both places. Loyalty to petrified opinion never yet broke a chain, or freed a human soul. In the spring, I have counted 136 different kinds of weather, inside of 24 hours. Wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been. Facts are stubborn, but statistics are more pliable. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. Humor is mankind's greatest blessing. The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. To be good is noble, but to show others how to be good is nobler, and no trouble. It's no wonder that truth is stranger than fiction. Fiction has to make sense. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't read. Everything has its limit, iron ore cannot be educated into gold. Apparently there is nothing that cannot happen today. If the world comes to an end, I want to be in Cincinnati. Everything comes there 10 years later. Many a small thing has been made large by the right kind of advertising. There is no sadder sight than a young pessimist. The more you explain it, the more I don't understand it. Familiarity breeds contempt and children. Loyalty to the nation all the time, loyalty to the government when it deserves it. A man is never more truthful than when he acknowledges himself a liar. There is a charm about the forbidden that makes it unspeakably desirable. Only one thing is impossible for God: to find any sense in any copyright law on the planet. I didn't attend the funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it. Prosperity is the best protector of principle. Nothing so needs reforming as other people's habits. Laws control the lesser man. Right conduct controls the greater one. When angry, count to 4, when very angry, swear. The trouble isn't that there is too many fools, but that the lightning isn't distributed right. Climate is what we expect, weather is what we get. Often it does seem such a pity that Noah and his party did not miss the boat. All emotion is involuntary when genuine. The 1st of April is the day we remember what we are the other 364 days of the year. I was seldom able to see an opportunity until it had ceased to be one. Man will do many things to get himself loved. He will do all things to get himself envied. I don't give a damn for a man that can only spell a word one way. The more things are forbidden, the more popular they become. It is easier to stay out than get out. Name the greatest of all inventors: accident. Civilization is the limitless multiplication of unnecessary necessities. When your friends begin to flatter you on how young you look, it's a sure sign you're getting old. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. When I was younger, I could remember anything, whether it happened or not. The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who cannot read them. Be careless in your dress if you must, but keep a tidy soul. When we remember we are all mad, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained. Truth is mighty and will prevail. There is nothing wrong with this, except that it isn't so. I never smoke to excess, that is, I smoke in moderation, only one cigar at a time. The main difference between a cat and a lie is that a cat only has 9 lives. Few things are harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example. A person with a new idea is a crank until the idea succeeds. It is better to take what does not belong to you than to let it lie around neglected. There are several good protections against temptation, but the surest is cowardice. Man is the only animal that blushes, or needs to. Don't say the old lady screamed. Bring her on and let her scream. It's good sportsmanship to not pick up lost golf balls while they are still rolling. By trying, we can easily learn to endure adversity. Another man's, I mean. If man could be crossed with the cat, it would improve man, but deteriorate the cat. God made the idiot for practice, and then he made the school board. All right, then, I'll go to hell. I never let schooling interfere with my education. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. One work is a necessary evil to be avoided. Better a broken promise, than none at all. Man was made at the end of the week's work, when God was tired. The secret source of humor is not joy but sorrow. There is no humor in heaven. Truth is the most valuable thing we have. Let us economize it. The public is the only critic whose opinion is worth anything at all. Sometimes too much to drink is barely enough. We are all alike, on the inside. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. I make it a rule never to smoke while I'm sleeping. No sinner is ever saved after the first 20 minutes of a sermon. It was wonderful to find America, but it would have been more wonderful to miss it. Why shouldn't truth be stranger than fiction? Fiction, after all, has to make sense. Honesty is the best policy when there is money in it. Repartee is something we think of 24 hours too late. The public is merely a multiplied me. Water, taken in moderation, cannot hurt anybody. Against the assault of laughter, nothing can stand. I was gratified to be able to answer promptly, and I did. I said I didn't know. Words are only painted fire, a look is the fire itself. Prophesy is a good line of business, but it is full of risks. He is now rising from affluence to poverty. Martyrdom covers a multitude of sins. The wit knows that his place is at the tail of a procession. Fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't.